Dear Italian food lovers, welcome to the 5th edition of the World Week of Italian Cuisine. My name is Riccardo and it's my pleasure to welcome you here in my home. We are in the center of Rome in Amami Roma restaurant where I work as chef. I've always been fascinated by Indian food culture, which I consider from a nutritional point of view one of the most balanced in the world. I also know that food and family have always been cultural drivers, both in Italy and India. And what is the most beautiful act of love if not cooking for your family? This year, to enhance these values, the Embassy of Italy in New Delhi and the Consulate General of Italy in Mumbai and the Consulate General of Italy in Kolkata, in collaboration with Gambero Rosso, have designed something really special to cherish the Italian delicacies. We are inviting you to a home cooking session from the comfort of your kitchen to a non-gala dinner surrounded by your dear ones. The do-it-yourself kit you received in the past days contains all the core ingredients to reproduce a wonderful spaghetti al pomodoro. And also you can find all the detailed instruction in the vademecum part of the kit. But don't worry, I'm here just to guide you step by step through the realization of this wonderful recipe, sharing with you my tricks and some secrets to achieve the perfect original Italian taste for your pasta dish. And also, Marco Sabellico will share with us some valuable tips about the wine pairing. So, are you ready to cook with me? Wear your apron and let's get started. Let's start from the very beginning. Let's see together the tools we need to cook. So, to cook the sauce, the tomato sauce, my suggestion is to use a thick-bottomed iron saucepan. To boil the pasta, we're gonna use a metal pan, and you always have to consider this simple rule. To cook 100 grams of pasta, you need at least 1 liter of water and 10 grams of sea salt. We also need a knife, kitchen tongs, a ladle, and that's it. Let's see together the ingredients we're gonna use. We have pomodori pelati, grated Parmesan cheese, fresh basil leaves, sea salt, fresh garlic, extra virgin olive oil and spaghetti, of course. Let's start with the preparation of the sauce. My suggestion is never cut basil with your knife, otherwise the basil will turn dark. So we usually mince the basil leaves with our hands directly in the sauce without cutting with a knife. So let's get started. Let's start with the basil. I will use the basil stalks. I won't throw it away. I will use to concentrate the flavor inside the sauce. So we're gonna cut finely like this. Now we're gonna start the fire on medium heat under your saucepan, then add the extra virgin olive oil. I will add the basil and I will just crush with my hand the clove of garlic without removing the skin. So the taste will be less intense. And I will add in the sauce. Let's roast for about 2 minutes until it becomes golden brown. Now we have the right temperature to add the tomato. But first, as I told you, we're gonna remove the garlic. And I will add the tomato directly inside the saucepan. My suggestion is just crush the tomatoes inside the fry pan gently, and never use a mixer because the color of the sauce will turn to orange. What we need is a very red, intense color. The secret of tomato sauce is very soft and long cooking. Will help us to caramelize the sugar inside the vegetable, and the taste of the sauce will be much more delicate. So we set to a low heat, and we just add a ladle of hot water. As you can find in the recipe, you will add just the part of sea salt directly inside the sauce. As you well know, spaghetti al pomodoro is a very traditional home cooking recipe, so every family has is a personal version of this recipe. Somebody use onion inside, somebody use garlic. I prefer garlic, and we also use some other ingredients like Parmesan cheese and extra virgin olive oil that will give you a very Mediterranean twist to your recipe. Let's continue cooking for about 40 minutes until the tomatoes are completely melted inside the sauce. In the meanwhile, bring to boil the water and just add the salt inside. So, after 30 minutes of cooking, the sauce will appear like this. And we have just 10 minutes left to cook the pasta in the boiling water. And this is the right time to take the basil leaves and just crush with your hand inside the sauce. Never cut the basil with your knife, otherwise the basil will turn dark. I recommend you to use a low heat while you cook the sauce. Never burn the side of the pan with the sauce, otherwise the taste will turn into smoky. And this is the right time to put the pasta in the boiling water. In Italy we do like this. We let them fall inside. If you cook at home for a lot of friends, my secret is to add just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in the pan, so the spaghetti won't stick one to the other. Immediately move the pasta inside the pan and just wait for the cooking time. My suggestion is to complete the cooking of the pasta inside the saucepan. So never respect the entire cooking time you will find on the pasta. Just stop it 2 minutes in advance and move it from the pan to the saucepan. So the sauce is ready, and also the pasta is. My suggestion is to bring the pasta with your tongs directly inside the saucepan, like this. And gently mix with the sauce. To complete the cooking process, I will add some boiling water. So the starch of the pasta will melt, and together with the sauce will create a very creamy sensation. Now the heat should be a little higher. And we complete the cooking of the pasta just for about 2 minutes, and always taste the cooking level of the spaghetti. Really good. So just remove the saucepan from the heat and wait for just 1 minute before adding the Parmesan cheese, because the high temperature will overcook the Parmesan. Let's add just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil inside the pan. A few more fresh basil leaves. Now is the time to saute the pasta inside the fry pan. In Italy we say mantecare. Mantecare means moving by adding some fat. In this case we're gonna use extra virgin olive oil and Parmesan cheese. Help yourself by adding some hot boiling water, and just be aware of the salt content, and so it's very important to taste the sauce during the cooking process. Now it's time to plate, so we're gonna move the saucepan next to the dish. We're gonna take the ladle and the kitchen tongs. Now we're gonna make the nest, what in Italy we call nido. This technique will keep the pasta warm for a longer time until it gets on the table. Let's complete the dish by adding some sauce on the top, like this. A little bit of Parmesan cheese. Some basil leaves. And some extra virgin olive oil. Ladies and gentlemen, the spaghetti al pomodoro. Buon appetito!
Hi my friends, my name is Marco Sabellico. I'm a wine editor from Gambero Rosso, and I'm responsible for the wine guide, Vini d'Italia, which you already know. Well, when it comes to the pairing, it's very easy with spaghetti al pomodoro. It's a national recipe, everybody does it, everybody loves it. So everyone has his own wine to pair with this dish. But few rules are essential. A young, fresh, fruity white wine can be from any region of Italy. You have fantastic wine in the southern Italy, like Grillo in Sicily, or Etna Bianco, like in Campania you have Biancolella, Greco di Tufo, Fiano d'Avellino. In Lazio you have Frascati, Este Esti Montefiascone, Orvieto. I can go on and on for every single region of Italy. To finish in the northern Italy with Friulano in Friuli, Thai in Veneto, not to mention the sparkling wines like Prosecco, which are always good with the spaghetti al pomodoro. Of course, there are some styles of wine which don't fit with the dish. It's a dish where the freshness of tomato, basil and olive oil are essential. Some like it a little bit spicy with chili, some sweeter with butter, but the main version is with olive oil, not too spicy. So young, fresh white wine, not aged in new oak. So starting from Prosecco to finish with Etna, from the white wines of Valle d'Aosta, Gavi, Lugana, Soave, Verdicchio, Vernaccia di San Gimignano. Every single variety and every region of Italy has his own wines. I'm drinking at the moment a wine from the south, from a coastal region of southern Italy, and I appreciate this freshness of white fruit, ripe peaches, and the flavor of Mediterranean herbs like rosemary and basil, which, by the way, I find back in the recipe, in the tomato sauce. Why young fresh white wine? Because acidity is very important. We have some acidity and fresh flavors in the sauce. We want the same acidity to pair to accomplish the flavors of the dish. Smooth, light, fruity, elegant. This is a true Italian white. Well, we mentioned a lot of wines from different regions, mainly based on native Italian classic varieties. You might not be able to find one nearby when you are eating spaghetti al pomodoro, but don't worry, international varieties do well. For example, Sauvignon Blanc, but in a special way, there's a jack of all trades, which is Chardonnay. Only be sure that this Chardonnay is not aged in new oak, because these vanilla toasty flavors don't fit very well with the dish.